morning, everybody. It's the Gore Report checking in on this Wednesday, May 6th. We're all busy, so let's get to it. The NASDAQ futures are indicated up about 400 points this morning. And why is that? AMD's blowout quarter is fueling the move. AMD stock right now is up 17% in pre-market trading. And why is AMD stock up 17% in pre-market trading, you ask? Because AMD delivered on an impressive quarter, Q1. I wasn't surprised, to be honest with you. And why was the quarter so impressive? The data center group fired on all cylinders in Q1 and led the charge. So let's get to the numbers. Revenue for AMD was up 38% year over year. That beat estimates. Earnings per share, a healthy beat. Net income, a healthy beat. Q2 guidance was 11.2 billion, which came in well above the street's 10.5 billion expected number. So it was a triple beat. So why was this such a success? The story was all about the data center business. Everything right now in tech is about data centers. So the DC business revenue hit 5.8 billion. So that was up 57% year over year. That's a big number. Right now, data center is now more than half of AMD's total revenue. So AI demand from hyperscalers is not slowing down. So your hyperscalers are your Googles, your Metas, your Microsofts. So the demand from these guys, it's not slowing down. They keep increasing their capital budgets, the capital expenditures. So right now, AMD is becoming a credible second source for AI compute. So what we're seeing is basically the hyperscalers are diversifying away from a single supplier. And who is that supplier? It's NVIDIA. So AMD fits that bill. So instead of just getting all your chips, your GPU chips, just from NVIDIA, now hyperscalers are warming up to getting it from AMD. And that's why AMD is performing so well. So just to give you some history on AMD, AMD has transitioned from a gaming chip to an AI powerhouse. And people need to understand this did not happen overnight. I've been tracking AMD since 2011, and I was familiar with AMD when I worked at the New York Stock Exchange in the early 2000s, when it was just a CPU laptop company competing against Intel. So just to give you a rundown, in 2015, AMD was just a struggling game and consumer CPU company, and the stock traded at around $2. 2017, current CEO Lisa Su takes over, and it changed the dynamic of the company. That's why a CEO is so important. In 2019, AMD starts taking market share away from Intel for the first time. 2024, hyperscalers begin considering AMD as an alternative to NVIDIA. And right now, 2025, 2026, data center has now become AMD's dominant revenue driver. And gaming is now a footnote. Think about what happened over the last 8 years. AMD went from a gaming company to pretty much an AI play. That's a dramatic change, and it tells you how important the CEO is. So for the bigger picture, AMD versus NVIDIA, this is not a fight for the top spot. AMD will always be number one. NVIDIA will always be number one. And NVIDIA is the big dog. There's no denying that. However, AMD does not need to replace NVIDIA to win. And I tell people this all the time. It's okay for AMD to be in second place because there's so much money in this space. It just needs an alternative. The GPU area just needs an alternative. So when you think of AI infrastructure, it's not one chip. It's CPUs, GPUs, memory, which I spoke about yesterday with Micron. It's about memory also and the system. So here's my take. AMD's Q1 was not just a beat. It's a statement that their data center business at 5.8 billion, which was up 57%, tells you exactly where the company is going. The guidance raise gives the bulls more fuel and opens institutional investors' eyes even further. That's why the stock is up 18% pre-market. AMD does not need to be NVIDIA to matter. I need people to understand it. It just needs to be the name that the Googles and the Metas call when they want a second option. The market is large enough for multiple players to win. That's it. That's all. Gore Report checking out. Have a good day.